skips inside. Messi pulls the shot, hits the post, and into the other corner. And
The 2026 FIFA World Cup is happening right now. Across the United States, Canada, and Mexico, the biggest football tournament in history is unfolding in real time, and right in the middle of it is a 38-year-old man from Rosario who has absolutely no business still being this relevant. Lionel Messi is at a World Cup again. Most people expected this would never happen. Some people openly said it shouldn't. And yet here we are, with Argentina in Group J, with Messi in the starting lineup, and with the entire football world watching what everyone quietly understands is almost certainly the final chapter of the greatest story this sport has ever told. So let us get into it. Argentina are in Group J, alongside Algeria, Austria, and Jordan. On paper, it looks manageable. They entered the tournament as Group J heavy favourites at 2/5, and the bookmakers are treating the group stage almost as a formality. But football has a long and painful history of punishing teams who treat things as formalities. Argentina have perhaps been guilty of complacency at this stage before, losing to Saudi Arabia at the group stage in Qatar. Algeria, ranked 28th in the world, are not here to make up numbers. Austria are a serious European outfit who nobody should be writing off. The draw looks kind on paper. The pitch is a different story. Argentina sit at plus 1,000 to win the tournament outright, 5th in the overall market, behind Spain, France, England, and Brazil. Prediction markets give them roughly a 9.5 to 11% chance of lifting the trophy, which tells you something honest about where the rest of the world thinks this squad sits. Respected but not feared the way they were coming out of Qatar. The best bets analysts are pointing to a semi-final run as the realistic floor for this team, rather than back-to-back titles. Becoming back-to-back champions would make them the first nation to achieve that since Brazil in 1962. That is not nothing, that is history, and Argentina know it. The squad around Messi is genuinely strong. Julian Alvarez, Enzo Fernandez, and Lautaro Martinez are all expected to contribute heavily, and this is a group of players who have won together before, who know the pressure, and who have already earned the right to be called a golden generation. But everything still centers on one man. The central question for Scaloni is how he integrates Messi's reduced mobility while maintaining defensive structure and pressing intensity. That is the tactical tension running underneath every Argentina match at this tournament. How do you build around a player who is still capable of moments nobody else on earth can produce, but whose body is operating on a completely different timeline than it was 4 years ago? Because here is the honest part of this conversation. Messi is 38, operating as a right-sided or central playmaker with license to roam, contributing goals, assists, and set-piece quality. This is widely expected to be his final World Cup. The bookmakers have him at 24-1 to be Argentina's top scorer and 14-1 to win Player of the Tournament. Both prices that reflect the reality of a player who can still be decisive without being the main engine anymore. The flashes are still there. The genius has not gone anywhere. But the volume has been turned down, and everyone inside that Argentina camp knows it, even if nobody is saying it at full volume. Argentina head coach Lionel Scaloni has publicly admitted he is desperate to see Messi continue, confessing that the prospect of life without the number 10 brings back painful memories of Diego Maradona's exit. That comparison alone tells you everything about the scale of what Scaloni is facing. When your coach is already mourning the idea of you leaving, you understand how much of the team's identity is still wrapped around one person. Messi has 198 international caps and 116 goals for Argentina, and there is no playbook for replacing that kind of production and that kind of psychological weight on an opposition. So what actually happens after this tournament ends? Messi has extended his Inter Miami contract until 2028, which means club retirement is not imminent. He is not walking away from football next month. He told Luzu TV that he does not see himself as a coach, but he would like to run his own club one day, starting from the bottom and building it up, taking inspiration from David Beckham's journey at Inter Miami. That gives you a window into where his head is. He is already thinking about life after playing, but he is not there yet. The national team picture is the more complicated one. It would not be a surprise if Messi retires from international football after this World Cup, regardless of Argentina's performance. And that is a reality that Argentine football is slowly and painfully beginning to come to terms with. Whether Argentina win this tournament, go deep and fall short, or exit earlier than expected, the conversation that follows will be the same. Who leads this team now? And that is where it gets genuinely uncomfortable for Argentina as a football nation. This squad is talented enough to survive Messi's international retirement. Alvarez is a relentless striker. Fernandes is one of the best midfielders in European football. McAllister, Otamendi, Emiliano Martinez in goal. This is not a squad that falls apart without him. But the invisible weight Messi carries into every Argentina match, the way opposition coaches build entire defensive game plans around neutralizing one human being, the way Argentine fans believe anything is possible the moment he touches the ball, none of that transfers. You cannot pass that on. It either belongs to Messi or it disappears with him. Here is what we are actually watching in real time at this tournament. Not just a World Cup, not just another chapter in an already complete legacy. We are watching a man try to solve one last impossible problem on the biggest stage football has, with a body that is winning fewer and fewer arguments with his brain, surrounded by a nation that loves him in a way that borders on something bigger than sport. Whether Argentina go all the way, or whether Messi's tournament ends before the final whistle of a World Cup final, the question of what happens next is not about trophies anymore. It never really was. He once admitted he was scared of it all ending, that the fear of football being over has always been there. The man who has won absolutely everything this sport had to offer is still out here, still running, still trying. And when it finally does end, whether that is this summer or a year or two down the line, football will not know what to do with the silence. Whatever happens in Group J, whatever Argentina's result looks like when the dust settles on this tournament, one thing is certain. The world is not ready for the version of football that comes after Messi. And honestly, neither is Messi.